Start by thanking you all for joining us for today's media call with Canada Soccer's men's national team midfielder Atiba Hutchinson. We'll turn it over to Neil for your first question. Go ahead, Neil.
Thank you, Dominic. Neil Davidson from the Canadian Press here. Atiba, always a pleasure to see you.
Neil, thank you.
I know you've only been in camp a short time, but can you give us a sense of the talent you see around you? You've seen the good and the bad of this Canada program over your years with the team. So I was wondering your early sense of the players around you, and thinking back on the bad, perhaps, I wonder if your mind ever drifts back to that hot afternoon in San Pedro Sula in Honduras 8 years ago.
Yeah, the environment right now is great. A lot of new players that have come in to the team, a lot of talented players, exciting players to watch, keep an eye on, and just the mix is very good right now. Everybody feels confident. The training sessions have been going well. Working a lot on tactics in that, and it's just a good feeling. It's good to have everybody back together. Obviously, I'm happy to be here and be involved again. And yeah, it's exciting times. Everybody's looking forward to getting this first game on their way, and yeah, hopefully it will go well. But like you said, there's a lot of memories that I've had with the national team, and my last time around, that game in qualifying didn't go the way we would have hoped, but yeah, now it's a new chapter for this country, and I think everyone's looking forward, and really hoping that we can turn things around for the country.
Thanks, Atiba.
Thank you.
Thanks, Atiba. Thanks, Neil. Derek.
Hi, Atiba. Good to see you again, and congratulations on getting back with Team Canada. I just want to ask you about the logistics of this whole thing with the way things are right now with COVID and traveling and all the way to Florida. What's it been like just to just be on the field and get to play? It seems like it's you got to go through a lot of hoops and circles to get there.
Yeah, that's true. And well, for me in particular, it's a long ways to travel, and this has been going on for quite some time, and you kind of question whether we would even be at this point. And yeah, fortunately we're here, and got together and just kind of taking your mind off of what's going on, and just being happy to be together again, and yeah, having this chance to go through this with the qualifying starting tomorrow. So it's not been easy at all, by all means, but yeah, like I said, we're here now, excited about being back together again, and just thinking about tomorrow and the rest of the way through, and hopefully it will be good. Hopefully for us it will, like I said, be a new chapter and something positive for us, and starting tomorrow would be a great time.
Thanks, Atiba. Good luck tomorrow.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Derek. John Molinaro.
Hi, Atiba. How are you doing? Hope you're well. If you play tomorrow, it'll be cap 85, which moves you past Paul Stalteri on the all-time list for second place. Just wondering, what you remember about cap number 1 against the U.S. as a 19-year-old in 2003, and what do you say to a lot of young players who are in this Canadian camp for the first time and who could earn their first cap? I mean, as someone who was there at one time, what do you say to them as they're beginning their national team careers?
Yeah, so first of all, if it's my game tomorrow, I'm passing Stolly. He's a good friend of mine, and somebody that I looked up to for a very long time, coming into the program, and have nothing but respect for him. And yeah, so it'll be all right tomorrow to get my 85th, and just another game for the national team, and an important game as well. But yeah, I do remember that first game. I had a lot of nerves. I remember it, clearly, especially playing against our neighbors here in the US as well. And it went by so fast, so it was a great achievement for me, and I looked forward to that day for a long time. I dreamt of that, and it was an amazing experience, and something I'll never forget. And I think that's something that, for these guys here, a lot of players, looking to get their first cap, and for them just to be involved, it shows that, they have something special, and they're here for a reason. So yeah, you got to take advantage of these moments, work hard and enjoy it, embrace it. And yeah, that's how it played out for me. And I'm 18 years past my first cap. So it's been a great experience. And yeah, I've really enjoyed the whole ride.
Thanks, Atiba. Great to talk to you.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks, John. Looking at hands up, Christian Jack.
There we go. Hey, Atiba, how are you? Good to see you.
I'm good. Thank you.
Great. I want to ask you, obviously, a little bit on the back of what John's question was. You I know you're not a big fan of talking about your own achievements, but you will go down as one of the greatest soccer players this country has ever produced. But I know you're the first to talk about that it's never just about talent. There's a lot of young players in Canada now that have spoken to many of us on this call about what an icon you've been. What kind of message do you send to some of those players about what it takes away from the pitch mentally to reach the top level, not just for Europe, but also for your national team for such a long time?
Yeah. Obviously, like you said, I'm a player that's always really thought about, working hard in that, especially on the pitch. But away from that, I think it comes down to trusting yourself, believing yourself. It's not always perfect in football. You have your ups and downs, but believing and having that confidence in yourself, and understanding when you've had, moments that, it didn't really work out your way, that you can just pick yourself back up and get back to doing what you're good at, and the reason you are in the position that you're in. So yeah, you got to really trust yourself, have that confidence, have those talks with yourself. Don't beat yourself up too much when you haven't had a good game, or you've made a few mistakes in one game in particular. So yeah, having that confidence, that trust, that belief goes a long way.
And so to pick up from that, did that mental toughness come from an early age with you, Atiba? Did you learn that when you were in Europe? When did you find that you had that?
Yeah, early on. I'm probably even before going to Europe. I was trying out. I was on a lot of trials, throughout Europe, even in the MLS, before I actually signed my first contract in Sweden when I was 20. So I had a lot of bumps in the road, and I just, continued to trust in myself and believe that it would work out at some point. And it didn't. It wasn't, the biggest move that I made when I first signed my contract, but it was a step into Europe, and I took advantage of it. But yeah, that whole process wasn't smooth and easy. So yeah, I had to just continue to remind myself, have what it takes, and trust in myself.
Thanks, Atiba. Great to have you back. Good to see you.
Thank you very much. You too.
Thanks, Christian. We'll go to Paul Vance next.
Hi, Atiba.
Hi.
Listen, is it difficult for a player of your stature to, if you like, get up for the games against the so-called lesser nations, especially if in your case it requires departing from a title-chasing club in a competitive European league like what you're involved in at the moment?
For me, it's not very difficult. I've always been a player that's, I've enjoyed representing, my country, and it means a lot for me, whether, it's the biggest game for Canada or the smallest. Just putting the jersey on my back, was a special moment. And yeah, now I'm at a stage where, like you said, I'm obviously fighting for a championship in Turkey with Besiktas, but yeah, I haven't been with the team for quite some time now, around almost 2 years, and I've kind of missed it. So I'm excited about having that opportunity to represent Canada again, be with the boys, be in this environment again, and regardless of who it may be, I'm just excited to step on the pitch and play for Canada, and hopefully put in a good performance and get a good result for Canada.
Thanks, Paul. Now, Michael, go ahead.
Hey, Atiba, good to see you again. You've been involved in the Canadian setup now for nearly 2 decades. On a personal level, what would it mean to you to help get this group to a World Cup? And I guess tied in with that, how long can you keep going? And if qualification for Qatar happens, do you see yourself still playing at the top of your game, approaching 40 when it comes round to Qatar?
Yeah, so I think for me to have any kind of involvement with helping Canada to achieve that and qualifying for a World Cup, it would be everything. I think that's something that's in my mind. I've always told myself that's missing in my career. You know, I've achieved some things and played in some some high levels and good stages, but that's always something that I've dreamt of playing in a World Cup or seeing Canada play in a World Cup. So it would be amazing and an amazing achievement. I don't know how much of an involvement I will have. It's still unclear. Now I'm just kind of taking it slowly and seeing how my body holds up, where my head's at. Like I said earlier, I'm a little bit focused. Well, a lot focused on what's going on in Turkey and fighting for a championship, but this representing Canada is always something that's been in the back of my mind. And if I still if I feel good enough and I feel like I can help out Canada in any ways, then I'll do that. So like I said, we'll see how it goes a little bit further down the road.
Thanks, Michael. Gareth Wheeler.
Hey, Atiba, good to see you. Thanks for doing this. I hope you don't mind, just kind of a two-part question here. The first part of it is about feeling well right now. You played a lot of football this season and you played very, very well. What's been the key for you to maintain this type of form? And then building off of Michael's question, looking ahead through World Cup qualifying, just being around this group, do you feel that there's something different about the team, whether it's the approach, whether it's the talent, that makes you believe that this group has what it takes to go on and qualify for a World Cup? Thanks.
Yes, I think, for me to be playing at the level that I've been playing at this season, I've always been someone that, really takes care of, my body. I try to listen to my body a lot and do what is necessary. And I've kind of really just found what works for me. So for me, it's, we're playing a lot of games. So it's about, playing the game and then just recovery. The training load is not very high. So it's mainly about games, and our games are coming around a lot due to, with the pandemic, they had to shorten the schedule of the season this year. So the games come around every, 3-4 days, and training's not too hard. So I make sure I'm ready for the games, do what I have to do, make sure my body's right. And after the games, it's back to recovering again. And I've just found a good, program on just finding the best way to be fit and to be healthy. And we're getting close to the end of the season. So I think, I'll finish off good and hopefully finish off good and then see what happens after that. But that's where I stand with my body and my mind right now. And in terms of, the team, I think we've got that feeling in the team where there's just a lot of confidence, as I've said before, we have a very, wide selection. There's a lot of new faces that I've seen, coming into this camp that I hadn't seen before. And in the past, you weren't able to have such a wide selection. So anyone that comes in, they know they're coming into a team that's, very confident right now, who have been playing some very good football over the last, 2+ years. And just excited to be a part of it and add their qualities to the team. And we have a lot of confidence, not overconfident, but just ready to go out there and fight for Canada and put Canada on the map where we feel that Canada should be.
Thanks, Gareth. Thanks, Atiba. We'll take just a few more questions today. So we'll start, Hadi, if you'd like to go ahead.
Thank you very much. Hey, Atiba, I just wanted to talk about your relationship with Kyle Larin. You've been very good with him in your club in Besiktas. How important is it for you guys to be at the for the qualifying together in the same team? Do you think that link up is going to be important for the games to come?
Yeah, me and Kyle are close. Obviously, we're both from the same city, and yeah, together in Turkey, doing well. The both of us doing as good as we can for ourselves and representing Canada in Turkey. So yeah, that connection that we have is very good, and hopefully we can bring that to the national team with this first game tomorrow. He's been in great form, so I believe that he'll continue to play at that level for the country. But yeah, it's when you have two Canadians playing together, it's something special. You don't see that very often in anywhere in Europe. So I don't know if the last time I've seen it. So for us to be playing well and being a little bit successful, it's nice to see, and I hope that a lot of Canadians can appreciate that. And yeah, we have to try to bring that to Canada, and hopefully we can get a lot of success with Canada as well.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Hattie. James?
Thanks, Dom. Atiba, sorry to stray a little bit off topic here, but we've all watched Alfonso develop on the pitch as a player. We've seen where his talents have taken him. But with the news that he's taken on a role as a UNHCR Goodwill Ambassador, what can you tell us about the man that he's becoming?
About the
man that he's becoming.
Yes, well, he's becoming a very influential man. He's been doing very well in Europe, and he's had a lot of great success over the last year. And for him to be taking on that type of role, where he's helping out and using his voice is, I think it's very important, and it's something I think a lot of people will be looking at and will definitely appreciate. So yeah, he's a great guy, and he's got a very bright future ahead of him. And these type of things and these steps in helping out the communities are something very nice for him to be doing and to be giving back as well.
Thanks.
Thanks, James. Oliver?
Hey, Atiba. Just to follow up on the question about Kyle, I just wondered what kind of growth you've seen in him over the past year that's allowed him to be playing the football he is right now and looking as confident and scoring as many goals as he is this season.
Yeah, there's been a real improvement, I think, and development in his game. In my eyes, I think not only the goals that he's been scoring and giving to the team, but his work ethic and his understanding of the game. He's really developed and learned a lot of games and of things, parts of his game. Maybe some things that he was missing, in the past. He's become a lot more tidy as a player, and in my eyes, and yeah, he gives a lot to the team. He has a real presence, going both ways. I didn't know that he worked as hard as he does, because he's playing in a little bit of a different position than he would have been used to in the past. But yeah, he helps us out, both ways. In the attack, he's always there around in the box, sniffing out goals, and he gets right back in defensively. So he's been an important piece, to our puzzle this season. And yeah, we're hoping that he will do the same for Canada, which I believe he will.
Thanks, Atiba. Best of luck tomorrow.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Oliver. Thanks, Atiba. I think I'll leave it with one last question that I'll pose to you, Atiba, and just you could speak maybe to the commitment of the players in this Canadian squad that have traveled into camp during this challenging time, and kind of what that demonstrates in terms of the motivation of the players to take Canada back to a FIFA World Cup.
Yeah, it's real commitment to to be traveling the distances that people travel, especially coming from Europe, and taking a lot of different flights. But yeah, that being said, it doesn't take that much to to answer that call and come and represent your country playing for Canada and in a qualifying game for a World Cup. You don't really have to think too much about doing that. So yeah, everyone's here now and definitely hungry for success, very committed to what we're doing, to the whole cause. And we're just looking forward to getting this first game underway and hopefully getting the result that we're ready to go out there and achieve.
Thank you very much for Atiba, for your time, and have a great rest of the day, everyone.